What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm here at Volvo Cars of Hilton Head with Coleman right here. He's a product specialist at the dealership. And here we are with 2025 and a half
Right.
Volvo XC90. Now, it went through a refresh, quite substantial, to be honest with you. It has a lot of new elements, and today we're going to focus on that. We're going to see what's different between this and the previous generation one. We're going to talk about the different powertrains and overall about this vehicle. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And now let's go back to this. All right, so here it is, 2025 and a half Volvo XC90. Now, it looks similar, yet different. So tell us, what's changed?
Yes. So on the front here, they did change up the grille a little bit. So it has this diagonal pattern going, switched up from the vertical they did have, and has some nice dark tones in here instead of just the chrome. Same thing on the headlights. They did tint it a little bit more, so it is darker tint and made the Thor's hammer very prominent here. And they did scoop the hood down a little bit farther, so it's a lot more visibility on the roads, which is very nice to see.
It definitely looks refreshed, I think. The older body style wasn't bad, but it was kind of getting there in age because it was about 10 years old.
That's right.
Since the last, or maybe 7 years old, since the last full redesign. So it needed a little bit. I'm actually glad that they didn't go all in and completely change the styling of this vehicle, because I think this design ages really gracefully. You know, out of all the vehicles that I've seen, this vehicle has been in production since 2022 or 23. I think 23. Well, I'm sorry, 2002 or 2003
That's
model
right.
year. So over 20 years, and it's very easily recognizable on the road as a Volvo, especially the first Volvo SUV. We also have a new color. What do they call it?
They call it mulberry. It's a beautiful color. It's
Mulberry red, because it has a lot of hints of red. You probably won't see it from where that camera is standing, but it's kind of brownish red color. Really nice.
Has a little purple tint to it and some lights. Very pretty.
So I like those Thor hammer lights, the active high beam system.
That's right.
Now we have some chrome at the bottom here that surrounds the grille, as well as right here at the bottom. We still have the Volvo with the arrow pointing out to where that hatch releases. We have the front facing camera. So a lot of new technology. And let me pop the hood open. We're going to talk about the different engine options that are available.
Yeah, sounds great.
So that really hasn't changed, right? So we have the B5, we have the B6, and we have the T8.
Exactly right.
B5, the base model.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Horsepower, 250, 247, something like this.
Somewhere, I think it's 247.
Okay. And then about 295, if I'm not mistaken,
on the B6.
On the B6.
That's right.
Those are mild hybrid, 48-volt mild hybrid systems. Now we have the plug-in hybrid on this one. This is the T8, 455
55
horsepower, 523 pound-feet of torque. That's a pretty quick vehicle. It also gets 33 miles all-electric driving range, and 58 is the MPGe. So that's combined gas mileage, basically. The engine compartment, there's not much that you can see in here, but it's very nice and clean looks.
Right.
And as always on the Volvo, the hood stands up and tall. So if you do need any servicing, the technician is not going to bump their head if they are underneath the hood. And we have the double latch for that extra safety and security, some sound insulation. So it should make up for nice and quiet, right? Here's the side profile. That hasn't really changed much, if at all. Just the front end. The hood is a little bit sloped than the previous generation. This particular one, if it looks like it's low, that's because it has the air suspension and it's set at the lowest load right now. You can see it's a plug-in hybrid because it has that charger port right on the side here, right in the front, and you can plug it into your regular 110-volt outlet. We have the turn signals on the side of the mirrors as well. We have the blind spot assist. We also have the ability to get in and out of the car or lock or unlock the vehicle by basically putting your hand inside of the door handle or touching the door handle. Then we have a little bit of chrome at the bottom. Everything around the windows is chromed out, and we have the low profiles roof rails. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
All right. What about the size of it? It's about 190 inches long, so it's a mid-size luxury SUV, and we have some changes in the back as well. Let's take a look at those. And here it is, guys, 2025 and a half. Now we got the whole family here, guys. This is 2025. We're going to take a look at both of them. So here's the lights, very similar, yet a little bit different, slightly different than the previous generation. Look how nice they glow, very nice, bright, visible. We have the tail lights, turn signals, reverse lights, the whole 9 yards, with the third brake light up or down, shark fit antenna. We have the rear wiper, Volvo XC90 T8. As far as the towing capacity, we have 5,000 pounds, and you can get the retractable tow hitch installed through Volvo, or you can get something else installed elsewhere, right? Now, as far as the 2025, which is, by the way, sold alongside this, slightly different design. It looks bigger, in my opinion. My eyes are playing tricks on me, probably. So this is a Volvo XC90. This is a hybrid as well. It looks like it sits a little bit taller, but that's probably, that one has a air suspension and it's lowered right now. And then, of course, we have the EX90 that's sold right now. This is a fully electric vehicle. The lights are completely different. This is going to be a separate video on this, but let's focus on here. Let's open this up and see how much room we have behind the third row seat. And what do we say the capacity was?
15.8 with the seats folded up.
All right, 15.8 cubic feet with the seats folded out, going to about 41 cubic feet with the seats folded down. Now, we also have the adjustments, height adjustments, to adjust the back of this vehicle. So in case you're loading something up, it's easier if it's lower, of course, with the 12-volt power outlet. We also have the charging cable here, and this is for your regular household outlet. This particular one has some all-season mats, and yes, you can fold down the seats. Boom, drop them. It's going to take you to about 41 cubic feet of space. And what do we have in the third row seat? We have the vents for the third row passenger, cup holders. This opens up for a little bit more storage. Now I want to jump inside and see if I can actually fit inside the third row seat. And here it is, guys. I've always loved the interior of this, really nice and sporty. This one has the Napa leather. We actually get back to it. In order to get into the third row seat, all you have to do is move this seat out of the way. Okay, it moves up front. This is a brand new vehicle, so it's a little stiff right now. So am I, but I'm just old. And let's see if I can fit inside. Okie dokie. All right. So if I don't have the seat all the way back, I can, well, kind of fit. I'm almost 6 feet tall. But the seats are generally designed for kids, basically. It's just like most of the midsize SUVs. Adults will have somewhat of a tough time getting in. Now, as far as the headroom, yeah, I'm actually scratching my hair in the back of it. We have some speakers here. We have some lights here. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of amenities in here. Let me show you the rest of this interior. And here you go, guys, the rear door panel. You can really see some premium materials in here. We have real wood, real metal. Then we have the Bauer and Wilkins stereo, the premium stereo system on this one. Napa leather inserts right here, a little bit more storage down here at the bottom, and a manual sunshade over here. And let me show you the rest of this interior. Here it is. The seats are absolutely the best. As far as the comfort, as far as the leather, the Napa leather feels so soft, like a real leather sofa, leather jacket. Very nice and smooth in here. And it feels comfortable too. You can also adjust them back and forth a little bit. Now this seat is a little bit too far back for my taste. But you know, if you have somebody tall sitting in here, I'm 6 feet tall, I can still fit inside of here. The headroom is much better here in the second row than in the third row, even though we have this panoramic sunroof that takes up about 1.5 inches of room. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you some details inside as well. Let me show you some cool features right here on the interior. So first of all, in this middle console, you have your own controls for the climate control. And you can, here, press this. So you can control your temperature, you can control your fan speed, and you have the heated seats. You also have vents right here, 2 USB Type-C ports, 2 cup holders in the back. If that wasn't enough, you have cup holders, boom, that come out right here from the armrest. And look how the seats are nicely profiled in here. We have some seat back storage, and of course, this back seats are nice and tall, giving you enough support for your knees and thighs, even for taller people. Look at the detail here. This is a leather wrap with some stitching on the side, and we have, I'm not even sure if this is the Alcantara or the suede insert, and the big panoramic sunroof. All right, let's see what's going on right here in the front door panel. So we have a similar setup as in the back. Of course, we have 3 memory seat settings in addition to what we've seen in the back, as well as the window mirror lock controls. More storage down here in the bottom. We have not 1, not 2, but 3 speakers. 1, 2, and 3. That's part of that Bauer and Wilkins stereo. And let's check it out. Coleman's sitting right here. And we have nicely profiled seats. And I got to tell you guys, if you haven't been in a Volvo in a while, go to a showroom, check it out. Make sure you sit in the one with the Napa leather seating. This is the one that I have today. You have that perforated on the inside, solid on the outside. We have some contrast stitching, tons of controls for the seats, including massage seats, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit. We also have this tie support over here. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have the gate control and the gas tank opening. And now let's take a look at the rest of this interior. Let's start with the sound of the closing door. Oh, that's pretty solid. If you ask me, yeah, nice. I have the massage seats going on. Right now, we have a low level of fuel. Get rid of this. Now, let's take a look at the dashboard. Starting right here, we have the head-up display, and we also have this Bauer and Wilkins speaker. This looks absolutely amazing. I like this dashboard, the design of it, the fabric that's down underneath, and we have some real wood. And this is, of course, is brand new too. Now, Volvo's been using the Google Infotainment system for a few years now, but they updated this. They updated the interface, and we're going to go through some of the features here. But starting with the instrument cluster. So what we have is something that we've seen before. Unfortunately, the only views are no view or the map view in here. On the left-hand side, you have the speedometer. On the right-hand side, you have the fuel gauge, power, and charge. This is a hybrid. Okay, so we also have the gear indicator and the wrench. So we have 14 miles on the battery or 30 miles on the gas. Or 45 miles. We're going to short test drive and a little bit. Steering wheel on the smaller side, but really nice. It feels good in your hand. It's leather wrapped, and we have a bunch of controls on the side. On the left-hand side, you have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control, so you can adjust the gap between you and the car in front of you. And the right-hand side, you have the view button, and of course, you can select several features that you can update and change. And close it. There's actually not that many of them, but Volvo logo in the middle, and we have this screen. What size is this screen?
It's 11.2.
11.2 inches, kind of like your iPad. To make it very user-friendly, if you're used to your iPad, if you're used to your phone, this is a very similar setup. This is a vertical setup, not horizontal, like you see in a lot of different manufacturers. And we have this nice vents on both sides. So what do we have here? Now walk me through this infotainment system, just the basic things. What do we have?
Certainly. So it's powered by Google. So you have your Google Assistant here. You can either activate it by pressing there, or you can press on the steering wheel, or of course you can just say, "Hey Google." She'll do anything that you want in the car. Turn on the cooled seat for the passenger.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
She'll do almost anything you want.
She'll do almost anything, right? If you want to turn on the seats, the cold seats, change the radio stations, navigate to a certain destination, she can go. Hey Google, find nearest Starbucks.
There's a Starbucks 0.2 miles away. Navigate to that one?
exit.
All right.
So now it's all pretty much voice controlled. So you can see a lot of features can be accessed through this. Now this is a slightly different interface. Can we make this in the full screen?
Not in the full screen, but if you press right here, it's a bigger view. Still have your quick buttons down here for your camera, different drive modes, and your AC controls along with your seat heating and ventilation.
Awesome. Well, you mentioned drive modes. Let's take a look and see what they are, because they were really hard to get to in the previous generation.
Yes. So here they have a quick button. You can have it in either hybrid mode, which is going to give you the best of both worlds with the electric battery and the 4-cylinder gasoline, along with power mode if you just want to use gas.
Power mode, pure. Oh, power mode. Hey, we're lifting up in here.
That's right.
Ready for takeoff. We have the off-road mode, all-wheel drive. Okay, this vehicle is an all-wheel standard. It's an all-wheel drive on the hybrid. So, battery usage, auto, hold, charge. What's that creep?
So creep, you know how your car moves whenever you let off of the gas pedal
Yeah.
when you're in drive? That's pretty much the creep. In this car, if you have the creep off, then it'll come to a complete stop once you lift your foot off the gas pedal.
Got you. Okay. That's interesting. And we have the different steering wheel feels, soft and firm, air suspension control for easy entry and exit. It's on right now. Therefore, the vehicle lower down as we exit. That's why it was in the lowest mode. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so this is what we have here. Radio. As far as the different settings for the radio, we have the AM. No, we don't have the AM. We have the FM. Yeah, so we have the radio. So basically an FM and the Sirius XM. So HD radio. And yeah, the satellite radio, which is fine. Unfortunately, most people don't listen to the AM radio because of the short range. All right, let's take a look at the camera. Woof, look at this. This gives us the top-down view. Okay, let's see what else we have. You can see the front view camera, see what's going on in the front. The rear view camera, really good quality though. Check it out. You can see all the pebbles, all the grass down here. And we have the EX90 in the background here. And oh, I actually accidentally get out of here. So we go back to the camera settings, and we can also see the sides on the camera. And hit that other button, you can see the other side. Okay, so these are your settings in here. What other cool features do we have?
Oh man, it's incredible what you can do.
You have YouTube, Apple CarPlay, air quality. What is that?
So the air quality in the Volvo, they have filters behind the AC and doesn't let bad things come in the air. So if you activate the location sharing, so it'll give you the in-air quality of the vehicle. And if there's any pollen outside, it'll tell you what.
Oh, so this is outside based on the location. Gives you those. We're in a good air quality. Okay, we don't have to worry about that here. But I'm pretty sure if we were somewhere in China, that would be a different story. Right here, with a lot of bad stuff in the air. Anyways, let's take a look at what else we have. Go back to the main settings. You can watch YouTube if you'd like to. Here's your car settings. Let's see what that is. Quick controls, lane keeping aid, creep, headrest fold. That's for the third row seat.
It's for the second one. So fold down those headlamps.
Second row, so we can see better. And settings on the vehicle. So this actually is new too. I don't remember this being in the previous Volvo. At least some different icons.
Definitely different icons. Should be similar controls. The driving is where you would go to do the different driving modes, like you had that quick button before.
Yeah. Connectivity. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, wireless,
Wired.
wired.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Volvo.
The compatibility with the Google and the Apple CarPlay makes it a little difficult to do the wireless.
Yeah, they wanted to use the Google system, probably. System, does it have the over-the-air updates?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. Go back here. We're not going to go through all of them. What else is interesting in here?
So, best part is that you can add any apps that you want if you use.
From the Play Store.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like if you use Waze as a navigation tool, you can just download it on here instead of having to connect your phone. Same thing with Netflix and Hulu, Amazon Prime Video. You ever sitting somewhere and
Now, is it disabled when you're driving?
It is disabled
Okay,
when you're driving. Volvo is about safety, so you can't do that.
All right. Well, so that's your infotainment system. Let's go down here and take a look. So here we have some actually physical buttons. So here's your hazards, your front window defogger, rear window defroster, and yes, we have the volume knob, play, seek, track, and this, I believe, where you put your SD card for what?
It's a good question. You know, I assume people can download what they want more to the screen, have it more customizable.
Or you can maybe have some photos or some music that can play from the SD card.
Exactly right.
Well, okay. And here's a button that opens up your glove box right on the side. That's right. Hey.
Nice little shelf in there.
Yeah, nice shelf up on top. And yeah, someone goes one way. And what is this? I like this crystal. What do they call it?
Orifice crystal from Sweden.
Orifice crystal.
Genuine crystal.
All right, that's how you start the car. You twist it. Then you have the parking brake. Oops. Easy. There you go. So, that is how you start the car. Now we have the parking brake, electronic parking brake, and what is this one?
That is your auto brake hold.
Oh, auto brake hold. Yeah. Okay. So you put your foot on the brake, and if you let it off the brake, vehicle won't move until you press the accelerator. All right. So let's see what we have up on top. Really quick, frameless mirror with the HomeLink system. Up here we have the panoramic sunroof. Of course, you can slide it open, letting some fresh air inside the cabin. Now it's fresh and cool air here in Hilton Head today. Unusually cold. We have the SOS button, and you can chat with somebody.
That's going to be more for roadside assistance. So if you're ever having flat, you just press that button. Somebody will be on the way to you.
There you go. And I like this. Again, same thing as those handles. We have nice stitching on the side. Now this is, I believe, that part of this high-end package, right? And we have the illuminated mirrors. Hello, guys. And this is pretty much it. This is your interior. Say it again. It's Core, Plus,
And Ultra.
and Ultra. So 3 different trim levels within each trim, right? So B5, we have 3 different trim levels, B6, and the T8. Okay, so they range from just under $60,000, was $59,900 something. That's right. Up until like $88,000.
It's about where they top out.
Yeah. Well, this one, you know, it seems like it's a lot of money, but if you're looking, this vehicle compares to vehicles such as the BMW X5 and Mercedes-Benz GLE and Porsche Cayenne. Of course, the Genesis threw in the GV80 in the same mix recently. So, but this is the mid-size luxury SUV. And a lot of the vehicles are going to be in a similar price range, especially if you go for the European ones, for the German, for the Porsches and Mercedes and BMWs. Both BMW, actually all 3 of them, BMW, Porsche, and Mercedes, have their plug-in hybrid versions. And all of them are more expensive than the regular gasoline versions of them. Different ranges as far as the all-electric driving range. This is 33. I think Mercedes got a little bit more, about 40 something. So it's BMW, but this is 455 horsepower. Oh, now that's what I'm talking about. This is so smooth. So in the situations like if you need to merge in traffic and you have cars coming up, this is perfect. And this is very quiet on the interior. It's got a great sound dampening system. I think it's better than on the 2024 that I've driven before. Again, super smooth acceleration, very nice powertrain. What's the transmission? We haven't talked about that.
It's an 8-speed transmission.
8-speed automatic transmission. Okay, dual clutch, single clutch? Probably single clutch, just a regular.
Single.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's very nice drive. You got a great visibility. Just the right size too. I like the mid-size SUVs because they're not super big. And I like the suspension on this, as well as the steering system, the feel of the steering system. It's not too light. It's not too heavy. It gives you the feedback that you need. So definitely something that a lot of drivers are looking for.
Yeah, Volvo's biggest thing is safety, and right behind that is comfort. So the seats are going to be very comfortable. Drive is very smooth, and like you said, the sound dampening is incredible when you're about whispering.
So yeah, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the safety, because Volvo's, that's what they're known for.
That's
Okay, they've always been at the top of safety, technology, seat belts that were their invention, I believe, and among other things. So they're always been the leader in the safety. What are they rated as far as safety?
As far as out of 5 stars,
Yes.
I believe they're 5 out of 5 stars, if not right below it.
There you
They're
go.
always top rated.
All right. So
The XC90 is actually the only vehicle on the roads nowadays that has never had a fatality,
really,
according to Google and everyone that I've asked.
I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's been out since 2002, which is
Yes.
incredible.
27 years, never had a fatality. Now, of course, I mean, there's situations where, if it had to happen, it would happen. But yeah, this is good to know, and it's very, reassuring that if you have a vehicle, it's safe, and you're putting your family in there. There might be some other vehicles that are shinier and maybe not as expensive, but are they as safe? Are they as well built as Volvo? Now, this one's built in Sweden. I looked at the sticker of it. Some of them are built in the different parts of the world. Now they're coming here, I believe. They're building a factory, or either they build a factory. They have one in South Carolina, and they're building one in North Carolina.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
So they're going to come here to the United States, and they're going to manufacture them here as well. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've learned something about this 2025 and a half Volvo XC90. If you have any more questions, how do they contact you?
You can contact me directly. My personal number is 229-869-3608. And please blow up my phone. I'd love to show you all that these cars have to offer.
There you go. They also have, obviously other models, the XC60s, then the EX90s. So any Volvo questions, hit Coleman up, and then he's going to be able to help you out with that, guys. And if you like watching more videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.